You're following breaking news. Police in Oregon confirming just hours ago that a former cop, an accused child rapist at the center of a massive manhunt, shot himself earlier today. And the one-year-old boy he kidnapped is safe. Now, police say it happened as they were chasing Elias Huizar in a car near Eugene, Oregon. They say he shot himself in the head, but it's unclear what his condition is right now. Now, this is a look at a very active scene where that manhunt ended not too long ago, and it's all going down on Interstate 5 in Oregon. You see a bunch of police cars and officers surrounding that scene. Now, this all.
First off, I believe that cop need to have his life saved because he do not need to get away with this so easily.
Started yesterday after investigators say Huizar shot and killed his ex-wife outside of an elementary school in West Richland, Washington. They later found the body of his girlfriend at his house during a search, and then they realized a one-year-old named Roman Huizar was missing, leading to an Amber Alert. Now, it happened as Huizar was supposed to be in court yesterday on charges of child rape from an incident in February where he allegedly sexually assaulted a teenage girl. It is a lot to break down. So,
considering the fact that all of this just happened, I mean, I understand you still have to say allegedly, but come on, we're definitely thinking that he did it.
NBC News correspondent Elwin Lopez joins us now. First off, Elwin, so what do we know about his condition? He shot himself, and what do we know about the condition of the baby here?
Yeah, well, look at how busy that interstate was. So all of this happened during a busy time in Eugene, Oregon, and it happened after a police pursuit. So what we know from police is that he shot himself. They're saying that his condition is unknown, so they're not saying whether he's dead or not at this moment. The good news here is that that one-year-old boy is safe and sound in police custody. But again, we don't really know exactly the details as to how this police pursuit occurred specifically, whether he was seen in surveillance cameras or not, whether someone called, spotted. We know that he initially fled the scene in a Toyota Corolla, a silver Toyota, and then they spotted him in Portland in a black sedan. So we don't really know the details as to what happened after he fled the scene, simply that he was spotted in Portland, and then, of course, everything ended, that whole manhunt that literally, stretched from Washington to Oregon. And we know that U.S. Marshals and FBI were involved, finally ended today.
And Ellen, just looking at the details of this case, it's a lot to take in. You got allegations of child rape, of murder, of kidnapping. How did this all start?
Yeah, so to get a full picture as to how this all took place, we have to go back to February. That's when he was accused of child rape. He pled not guilty, but in court documents, it alleges that he sexually assaulted an underage girl at his home.
So hold on. So this all took place in February, and all of a sudden it ended to this. Something is missing. There's a lot of big pieces to this puzzle that's missing.
Home while she was sleeping. Now, the one thing to point out here is that at that home, he was living with another underage girl that he met while he was a school resource officer at her middle school, and that he shared a 9-month-old at the time with her. So that is what took place at that moment. And then after that is when police say he was set to appear in court on Monday.
For one of those charges?
Yes, for that charge. And instead, on that day, he went to the school where his ex-wife works. According to police, he shot and killed her there. And then police obtained a search warrant. They went to his home later that day, and that's when they found his girlfriend dead. So they believe he killed not only his ex-wife, but his girlfriend as well, and then took off with that one-year-old boy.
See, I don't want you all to assume that I'm bashing on the police officer, because I'm not a cop hater, but something does not seem right here. It seems to me like something was hidden. Because a cop just don't come out of nowhere and just start shooting people. I'm going to assume that these people may have called and pressed charges against this cop in the past or something, and maybe something happened along the way. Did the cops, or did they cover it up for their fellow brother in arms? Because I heard about stuff like that happening. I don't know for sure if it actually happened, but I'm hoping that you all have a better understanding of what goes on within police officers than I do. Let me know in the comments.
What else do we know about his background? A former cop,
Yeah.
a school resource officer
Yeah.
at a middle school. What else can you tell us?
So I called Yakima Police Department and talked to them about his history. So he had been employed for 9 years. And when they told me that he resigned, I asked, why did he resign? Was there something going on? They said, well, he did face disciplinary action right before he resigned. And when I asked specifically what that was in regard to, they did not elaborate, right? So we do know that he's 39 years old, that he did have that disciplinary action. He resigned after that, but he was a school resource officer and worked at the school as recently as last year.
I mean, it just seems like red flag after red flag
Absolutely.
after red flag.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Elwin, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Gotti.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, so he worked at the school. Now, come on, that definitely does not sound right. Don't get me wrong. I know cops, have a very dangerous job. And I know they go out there and see things that the average citizen does not see. I understand that. And I'm not 100% sure what goes on, but I'm pretty sure that they have some type of therapist that helps them from day to day, with a lot of the things that they see, mental health and other stuff like that, along those lines. But it makes me wonder, if this particular police officer seen all of that kind of stuff, why do they have him working at a school around kids? That just does not sound right to me. That sounds like a red flag. But you all let me know in the comments what you think. Let's have a discussion. Let's get involved.